Hey, Nish here, and today I've got a review of this microphone, the K688 by Fifine. They were kind enough to send me a copy to have a look at, and today I'm going to give you my honest opinion. So this is a dynamic USB or XLR microphone. It's pretty budget. It comes in at around $80 or around £70. Taking a look in the box, you get the mic pre-configured in a shock mount. There's no tripod or stand included. It does screw onto your typical kind of microphone thing, and there's also an adapter for the smaller type. It comes with a USB-C to C cable, a pretty long one, which is nice to have, but there is no XLR cable to use it in that mode. The mic itself is pretty light. It has a grey foam cover, a black sort of metal construction. There's a touch button on there on the bottom or top, depending on how you have it orientated for muting, and then all the I/O is on the back of the mic. So you've got the USB-C port, the XLR port, a 3.5mm headphone monitoring jack, and then there's two dials, one for the gain of the microphone and one for the headphone monitoring volume. Now, before talking about my sound test, please subscribe if you like the video so far. It really helps out the channel. So being a dynamic microphone, this is well suited to recording the voice, and that could be for things like podcasting, videos like this, or maybe even vocals. So I give it a test in all of those areas. You can find a link here to a cover I recorded using it for vocals. I found it to be decent for that. It's pretty low on noise, which is what I like about dynamic microphones, especially when you're filming in, an environment which isn't sound treated or anything like that. I also then did a side-to-side comparison with the Samsung Q2U, which is a microphone I'm a big fan of, and I continue to use that every now and then. So you can listen to the Fifine first. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. And then the Q2U. The quick brown fox jumps over the lazy dog. So those were unedited recordings, by the way, and in my opinion, I still prefer the Q2U a little bit. I think it seems to pick up a little more detail on the higher end compared to the Fifine, but it does a pretty good job of picking up the voice. There are a few things I wanted to note about this microphone. So one thing I like is that they have a 2-year warranty as opposed to the usual 1 year. So I like when a company has that kind of confidence in the products. There are a couple gripes though. So the first one is having all the I/O on the back. It's pretty inaccessible. Unless you learn the position of the dials, you're probably not going to be able to do it without moving the microphone around a lot. Though I do suppose, most of the time you're just going to set and forget these settings. The other thing is I can appreciate that some companies like to put all their money in the box, in the products and the sound quality, for example, but this mic isn't really ready to use out the box. I fortunately had the little tripod that came with my Q2U to use with it on my desk. But yeah, you can't use it directly out the box, and maybe because this is a budget, more beginner-oriented microphone, it could be nice to have that. Also noting, aesthetics-wise, I think it's all right. It's clearly trying to copy the Shure SM7B, which is a very popular microphone you see on a lot of podcasts. I guess they could have made the foam cover black to fully mimic it, but it's fine with gray. So that's everything. Obviously, you can decide what you make of the recording. This whole video has been recorded on this microphone. As I said, I think it's decent for recording the voice. For vocals, maybe it lacks a little bit of detail. I still think the Q2U for me wins out, and for example with that microphone I like that it came with a lot of accessories out the box. It meant you were good to go. So yeah, in conclusion, a decent buy for someone looking at podcasting, but there are other options you could consider. I hope this review has been useful. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Subscribe for more to the point content, and I'll catch you in the next one.